What's up, you guys? This is Chris Rukov for RukovGrind. Today we continue with the second episode of the series from Alan from Mexico. Please let me know if you like that type of content. You can show that with your like, subscribe, and comment. Otherwise, I'm just gonna stop making those videos. If they are helpful to you, please do let me know with those things that I mentioned. With all that said, let's continue with the video, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Versus small blind and versus button, I call narrower because I feel it's too wide. Because people aren't opening enough in micro stakes. That's what I agree with you. They won't be trying to steal that much.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be calling with some of these hands. I think versus early position, this range work well.
That's button versus UTG?
Yes. But in later positions, I think
so big,
they are very wide.
That's so huge, like 5-3, 6-4, 7-5, like you're gonna hit so little hands with those hands. I don't know. To me, that's too big. And you're gonna 3-bet with 7-6 and 6-5. Like those ranges are GTO, bro.
Yes.
Why would you play GTO in a exploitative game? That doesn't make sense. To me at least. All I'm saying here is my opinion. It's just I don't. That's so weird. So. Ace Queen suited versus under the gun, I would not 3-bet, for example. It's just pointless. Like, what is he gonna do? I 3-bet Ace Queen, he folds all the trash and he calls with all the aces and kings, or 4-bets with all the aces and kings and ace king. Like, there's no call or a re-raise that I win against. It just...
Yes, you're isolating against value.
I'm isolating against what?
Value.
And what
you're only getting called by better hands.
Yeah, and how is that a good thing for me?
No, that's bad.
That's bad. Yeah, that's bad. I don't know. Did you watch any of my videos, or I don't think you got the course that I have.
I just watched some of the YouTube videos, but I saw you have a message in Skype that you have some in poker strategy. Yeah. I haven't started those ones.
You can watch those. I preach the same thing because it works. For many people, it works so far. The ranges are... So you're overcomplicating things, and this is what I see into a lot of people. You're way overcomplicating things. That's
not, one of my questions.
Yeah, this is not 500 or 1,000 no limit. You know what I mean? This is a great range. You're just not for this limit. Because what are the players from this limit? Let's start... And I'm intentionally not giving you giving you the answer. I want you to tell me the answer, or I want to correct the answer. So what are the players we're facing on this limit?
There are mainly two types of player. The regulars are super tight. They will play very strong their strong hands and fold easily against aggression. Those are the regulars.
Okay.
And the recreationals, most of them just call and stack very easily. They will go with top pair and mediocre kicker. Against those players, you have to stack fast with top pair, top kicker or better, and they will call you.
Okay, and once they become aggressive, what do you do?
If they are recreational,
if the fish becomes aggressive, what does that mean to us?
But I'm the aggressor, or
no. We bet the fish calls. We bet the fish raises. What does that mean to us?
I should keep. If it's a regular, I would tend to fold most of the.
No. If he's a fish.
But again, a recreational, I can fold.
You cannot.
Well. Basically, it depends on the board, of course, but most of the times, it depends also if the recreational is aggressive or not. But
that's why I'm asking you. If the recreational player, who you already said that recreational players are usually passive and it's called calling station. Okay, whatever you bet, he calls with, like you said, mediocre hands, weak hands.
If he's a calling station, then a raise when he takes aggression from you, that's a bad sign.
Okay, so if he becomes aggressive?
Yes, that's a bad sign.
Okay, so you know that. I just want to make sure you know that. So if If, like I used to say, I used to say that as an expression. If a passive fish becomes aggressive, I fold unless I have a top set. Because if I don't have the top set, they have the top set.
Yes.
Just think about it. If you play against me and I'm passive, 1 hour, I'm checking and folding, checking and calling and folding, and all of a sudden I check raise, then bet the turn and go all in on the river. That should tell you something. You know what I mean?
Yes, they're very strong.
Yeah. So you're right. You're right in everything you said, and I agree with 100% you said. The regulars, they're not creative. They're not 3-betting a lot. They're playing ABC poker a little bit more on the tag, tight aggressive side. And the fish, I think there's 3 types of players: regulars and 2 types of fish. There are fish that are passive, which is the majority of them, and some every now and then are crazy aggressive fish, but they usually don't last long. They usually come to the table, go all in on hand number 3, and leave.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we need to focus on the passive fish. So what does the passive fish do? They call more often than they have to.
Yes.
Right? So how can we change our range to benefit from that?
If they call too wide.
No, you're not. Listen, we're not talking about calling anybody. We're talking about betting. We're not calling. Yes. Your big question is, should I call from the big blind? This is your biggest problem. I really want to see a gameplay of you, or maybe if you have a hand history of you. Do you have hand history or anything like that?
I think I've lost it. I should have to make some bulk of hands, and I can do it with no problem.
Okay, I mean, if you can send me some so I can take a look at it, because you have some problem there. Maybe you're overplaying your hands because you think you're like Phil Ivey's cousin or something, which is a normal. No. I'm telling you, it's a normal thing. It's not that you're stupid or anything. It's just people do it. I mean, what do you think? I wasn't the same. I mean, I thought I'm so good on 10NL. I'm like the best at 10NL, but I'm not. I'm not the best. I was not the best. I just, after you win a little bit, you become cocky, and then it becomes, it starts to go down a lot, right?
Okay.
Because you're 3-betting a lot. You're using a range that is like a GTO range that is not going to make you money there. I don't think it's going to make you money there. I mean, you can try it, but it's just not.
Okay.
So small blind should be around -15 to -20 BBs per 100, and big blind should be -30 to -40 BBs per 100. This is the norm. If you do better, great. If you do worse, there's a room for improvement.
Okay. So I think the question you made, if the guy rarely folds a hand, I think hands with implied odds are good, because if he had an ace, he's not gonna fold. If you make 2 pair or if you make the straight, he won't find fold there. I think against those players, those are good. Also,
I don't agree with your first statement. You said if he has an ace, that you mean if he has an ace and a pair, right?
If he pairs his ace. If he pairs his ace.
Yeah, but then that means that we're betting into somebody who's calling us with a better hand.
No. You are calling on the big blind.
We're not. What is that obsession with your? Okay, so we're only looking. You have a big problem with the calling from the big blind.
Yes, I'm still in that topic. Yes.
Okay.
I think you asked me with which hands I would be liking to call on the big blind against those type of players.
No, I don't ask call because I don't do calling. In my strategy, I don't do calling like crazy. I usually re-raise, bet, or check raise. I don't do the calling thing. That's not my strategy. My strategy is, because if you're calling, that means that somebody else needs to be the aggressor. And usually fish are not aggressive. Now, a very specific situation that we have an aggressive fish, sure. But that's very specific. The majority of the time, let me put it this way. 70% of the time or 60% of the time we want to play against passive fish. 10% of the time we want to play versus aggressive fish or less, and 20-30% of the time we want to play versus regulars. Because we don't want to play with the regulars. We're not going to make any money out of them. We want to make money out of the passive fish 60-70% of the time. Why would I focus my game on me calling? I want to focus my game on the 60 to 70% of the time that I'm going to make money.
then I should be trying to increase the size of the pot with big hands.
So my strategy that I teach in the course, and if you watch the videos online, the strategy is to be the person with the initiative more. Versus under the gun, I don't like this range, so I would say versus under the gun, call with 6-5, 7-6, 8-7, 9-8, 9-10, but don't 3-bet 6-5 and 7-6. 3-bet aces and kings. Ace king if it's offsuit, sure, but ace king if it's suited, I will just call. This way, there's two things that you achieve. First of all, you keep the pot small. Second of all, when you 3-bet with queen jack suited, what do you do versus 4-bet? You shit your pants and fold? Is that what it is? Great. What do you do with jack 10 suited? The same. 7-6 suited, the same. Ace 5, ace 4, ace 3, ace deuce. What do you do versus a 4-bet? You fold every time. So we have like aces and kings are the only hands that you continue with. But you 3-bet with way more. In what I'm telling you, to 3-bet with ace king offsuit, kings and aces, you have just a few hands that you can, and you know what, versus 4-bet, you can go ahead and ship it.
Yes.
Or just an example, maybe you ship it with kings, aces, and ace king that contains a spade. Okay, there you go. 25% of the combinations, you go all in with the other 75 if you want to fold or if you want to flat, whatever the case. But it's easier. My goal in this game, in life, is to not be, I repeat that in my videos as well, don't be smart, be wise. I don't know if you heard me say that. Because smart people can solve any situation, but you gotta solve the situation. I'm not smart, I'm wise. I'm gonna play my game in a way that I'm not gonna have any problems to solve. It's way easier like that. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut the video here. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please let me know so I can continue making those videos. You can show that with a like, subscribe, and a comment. If you have any questions that you want to ask me, please do so. I'm gonna do my best to answer them. If you haven't checked out my course, please do so. It's into the description below, and actually it has a coupon code attached to it. I'll see you next week, or whenever I post the next video. I'm trying to post maybe a couple of times a week now.